Dude, I didn't even realize the time.
Right on the minute. Here we go.
Dude, we're like, it's funny because everybody's just rolling in like last second. Oh man, it's funny because I just called Mariah Carly. I'm like, girl, we're on, and like I just called Jasmine. I called Mariah. Mariah was literally, I'm like, girl, we're on, and she's like, oh my god, thank you so much for letting me know. I'm like, girl.
So
But,
I feel bad. Sorry, I just rolled in. I literally
you're cool.
just finished the episode like 5 minutes ago, so I had to run to the bathroom to go put on just a little bit of makeup because my face was a little pink today, and I was like, nope. So I had to like run back and forth.
Yes. So welcome, guys. This is the Eternal Sith here. We are live. Same day. That's crazy. Dano over here just had a stream. I was with him, and then I had a stream all in one day, less than 24 hours. We literally are,
We've been going like since last night, and probably about an hour before I started streaming with the app update for Star Cruiser. Since then, it's been like nonstop for me all day.
Dude, it's like well, first for starters, I'm Darth Eternal. Let me introduce my panel here. He could introduce himself. This is Dano. You could find
Dano
him
from the Dano channel.
Yeah, that's the man right there. Go check him out. He does everything Star Wars. My gosh, like you're awesome, dude. So I appreciate you being on the platform here. And then we have the other fam right here.
Hi. Sorry, I forgot what time it was.
Yeah.
I really am. I'm still like technically in my pajamas, so I apologize to everyone. I was just relaxing.
It's okay. I'm in my PJs too. I like just threw on a headband real quick. I was like, do I look presentable? I think.
It's fine. Rob, literally, I thought it was 7:30. I didn't realize it was 8:30, like the actual time.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I took a nap and I woke up and I'm like, oh my god, we're on in like a few minutes. And then I'm like, no, wait a minute, I have like a whole hour left because I'm thinking it was the 8 o'clock slot that we had for it. Yeah. So we're basically doing just a quick introduction. I know we have Jasmine here over there. You wanna go?
Hi, Jasmine, aka 62 from the Sexy Wookiee Squadron.
And my name is Mariah. I forgot my name. Sorry. Hi, my name is Mariah Carly with two Y's at the end. You
Sorry,
can find me on
I'm
Instagram.
not either.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm not either. I was just copying her.
The three of us.
So
cute. None of us are on Sexy Wookiee Squadron. It's just we just love their. We love the X. X marks the spot. But anyway,
so we always do intros and outros like this for the X-wing since we're the Sexy Wookiee Squadron and we like. We basically just do a bunch of shenanigans with original characters, and most of the time we like to mess with Poe Dameron. So
there you go.
We just kind of bring that into real life a little bit.
There you go. Well, like I said before, me and Dan were saying, we literally been streaming since freaking what time? What time your time?
I went live 10:30 last night, my time, which was like 1:30 your time.
Yeah, so I've been up for like I haven't slept. I literally haven't slept. No,
I put out after my stream. I did a video on that Star Cruiser app update, and then I went to bed about 4 o'clock my time and was back at work by like 8:30.
Dude,
and then I just got home from work, and I'm like, all right, let's do it again. Let's keep going. I'm gonna take a nap after this though.
Oh no, hands down. Like it's so crazy because like literally after the stream, after I finished here. With Mariah, actually, we freaking went to like 4:30, and then I literally did a breakdown, put that out, and then it was just I had to go to work. I had to get ready to go to work. I was like, no, not something.
Yeah, I'm running on 4 hours of sleep, and that's why I was late today because I don't know what time it is.
Listen, I'm nauseous.
But it's good. We had a great episode, did we not?
What a good day. Like what a good episode that was.
Yes.
It really was. And I mean, I think that's why the hype is so real. And I think that's why none of us here, well, Jasmine, you've been blessed, but us three here on this side have not slept because it has been such a fun-filled day of just Boba Fett. And it's so good because Mariah and myself, we talked about it all last night. I mean, there's things now I think going forward that we can kind of like probably think about a little bit more. We're a little bit more awake, I hope.
Right.
But I definitely want to get Dan and I want to get Jasmine your take, like from beginning to end, and anybody in the chat. I want to get your guys' thoughts on what you thought about this episode and just the beginning, like that opening scene. And I'm gonna go to Dan. What did you think? And we see here Boba Fett. Yo, that episode was worth no sleep. So freaking good, and it was. It really was. And
that opening scene was crazy, man. With the butcher shop, I'm still trying to figure out what it was that they were like, what the meat was, but that was. I don't know what kind of Star Wars creature is that.
I wonder.
I love that. It was cool. It was like, and we got to see so much. He walks in there, right, and he comes in to collect his bounty on this guy, and whips out the dark saber. And I didn't think we were gonna see it. Last night we were talking before the stream. Do you think we'll see dark saber? I was like, no, I don't think so. Right off the bat. Right, I didn't think we were 100% going to see Mando yet. Right, the whole episode was Mando. That's so good.
Yeah, that's what Mariah and me were saying yesterday. We were kind of asking people in the chat, like, do you think we'll get this? And I know, Dan, you spoke. We were like, oh, they just will probably show it like later on in the episode, like at the end.
At the very end. That's exactly what I thought.
Yeah, no, especially with that. What'd you think? Yeah, what'd you think, Jasmine, of that opening scene? Did you even? Let me ask you this: did you think that we were gonna get that right away? Did you think you were gonna get Mando right away?
No, I didn't. I thought that it was probably going to be a build up to it, and I thought that maybe they're going to go like do some other stuff and he'll pop up at the end of the episode, so we would get him like, you know, for the last two. So I didn't know that he was going to get this. And it's actually funny, as I was watching in the living room, my boyfriend's in the gaming room, and I just start screaming as soon as Mando comes on. He's like, "What's going on? What's wrong?" Because I'm just all excited. So that was a very nice surprise. And then with the dark saber, I just kept getting excited. But for once, I don't actually know how I feel about this episode.
What?
I know, isn't that crazy?
Well, this is what I said after the episode. Me and Rob said we're going to compare this separate because this was its own separate. I mean, I know it's in the Boba Fett show, but to me, I can't compare it to the other episodes.
That's fair.
It's just not fair. It's not fair because obviously we're going to love it because we've gotten to know Mando or Din a lot longer.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot more, not longer. I don't want to say longer. A lot more.
Yeah. I think what I was doing was I didn't really consider it a Book of Boba Fett episode. I was just trying to compare it to the other Mandalorian episodes. And I think that's why I was just kind of feeling
Mando 2.5. Mando season 2.5.
This episode kind of felt like that weird spider episode. And that's how I was like, I don't know how I feel about it. For Book of Boba Fett, it's cool. But I just keep thinking it's an episode of The Mandalorian, so I'm just like, mixed feelings.
Yeah.
What do you think, Dan? Hearing all that.
Yeah,
I know. I did.
And I was just like, this is a cool surprise. I mean, a lot of times in books even, this is a book, technically, Book of Boba Fett, some chapters will spend their time on completely other characters that are not the main character. That happens in books all the time. So that's kind of how I took this. It was like, okay, this is a chapter that we needed to see before we get to the next chapter, come back to these other characters.
Right.
So I actually really liked it a lot. It was a pleasant surprise that I had no expectations this was going to happen today. I thought maybe next week we get something like this, maybe. But not even this much. They used way more Mando than I thought we'd get. And it felt like every second of this episode, every little Easter egg, because there was so much fan service, but done just right. You know, it wasn't too much, but it was like a lot.
Right.
It was so good. So many little Easter eggs. I mean, I'm ready. I'm here. I've got my Mando inside my Naboo speeder.
There we go.
I had to dig it out. I was like, that's in the garage.
Dude, oh my God. I used to have that when I was a kid. Ask me if I still have it today. Nope. Don't have it.
I wish I would have kept stuff like that. I had all kinds of Star Wars toys when I was little. Just
Same.
I rebought a lot of this stuff. Like,
and they're cheap.
A lot of it.
Yeah, they're cheap
you can
too.
get some of these. I think I got this with a bunch of other ships and like random episode 1 figures in like a big giant box at like a yard sale for like $20-$30.
Yeah. And dude, and the funny thing is, guys, is that is gonna oh wow, that sounds great. Let me hold on, let me put you big. Hold on.
Oh, you want to see it?
Yeah, there we go. That is so freaking cool.
Yeah. It's got a little bend to it, but whatever.
I mean, let me
Mando
tell
fits
you.
in there, so.
That's gonna be worth money. I think now with this
now
episode,
it is.
Now it's gonna be like it's gonna hit. And the funny thing is that So I know a lot of people are kind of, it's very like I've been hearing a lot of different things on this one episode, and I think one of the takeaways is that we have to understand, great episode. I'm still gonna say it, great episode, great episode, great episode, and we're gonna get into the other stuff. I think though we have to take this episode and understand what the reasoning is, because again, we got that one Boba Fett, with Mando, in the Mandalorian. That episode was like a prequel to the Book of Boba. This episode, I feel like, is the prequel to season 3. I think it gave us the answer to two things. It gave us the answer to what he's really going to be doing for season 3, which is now we got that answer of looking for Grogu and finding him and seeing what he's doing. And also we got the answer of he's like, hey, like he told Fennec at the end, I'm gonna find Grogu first. Like that's his main priority right now. So I definitely think when people are kind of like comparing it, I definitely will say this. It's all these shows are going to intertwine. They're all going to mix.
Mm-hmm.
They're all going to gel together. It's like when Kenobi comes out, it's going to tie into Andor. Andor's going to like, they're all going to have things that they're going to kind of like I said, intertwine. So that's how I would kind of take it. Yeah. I mean, same thing with Ahsoka. I mean, they're all going to go hand in hand together. I mean, again, Mando and this.
Just think now they're going to get right into it in season 3. Now we don't have to look at him training with the dark saber. We don't have to now we can just get right into the action for season 3, to know what is happening. So now that we got it here in this, because if we remember when they were promoting Book of Boba, Disney and Star Wars said, look at this as Mandalorian season 2.5. And I don't know why we looked over that, but it makes sense now. Now we can see that.
Yeah, I agree. Let me ask you guys this, and this is for Jasmine and Dan, I guess, because we, like I said, we did this last night. Me and Mariah. I want to get your guys' take. Like, do you think that this puts heat on Boba Fett in a sense of like, because honestly, for me, this really showed. Honestly, like for a lot of people, and you see it, like you guys, I don't know if you guys have seen that meme of like the guy looking in the back, like looking behind Boba, like when he's checking out and it's like he sees Mando. I don't know if you guys know that meme that I'm talking about. But
you're talking about
new girl.
Yeah, that meme, yeah. So like honestly, like I'm gonna be, and again, I don't know who's a big Boba Fett fan. Like I said, I wasn't really, again, I'm a prequel kid, but I was never really into Boba Fett like that. I think he's a cool character, but I'll tell you one thing. If there's anything I learned out of this episode is that we need more Mando. I rather, honestly, I think for me, I want to learn more about, I want to know, I want to see more of him, more content on him, not so much of Boba. I don't know. It's just, the episodes for Boba Fett haven't really hit the way like Mando hit. Like yesterday, I mean, again, just him like I mean, that was a dark episode. And Mariah, you called it too. The director, what's her name? Bryce Dallas Howard. She just like, oh my, and they just announced she's gonna be directing an episode of in season 3 of The Mandalorian. So like,
she's done all of. I'm happy with, and
some of her episodes have been the best.
Well, if you see her progression, like on season 1, that was her very first directing job for that, and first time directing. And I love that this is happening because obviously we know like the Pikes are in this, and we're assuming Crimson Dawn is in it, and it's connecting to Solo. Her dad helped direct Solo, came in and helped finish directing Solo after the first director left. So it's just like, this is kind of like an homage like to her dad, like connecting it all, like her work for Mandalorian and then connecting Solo in there together. So this makes sense.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's beautiful.
And to what you're saying, I think you're right. This Mando episode definitely hit more people harder than any of the Boba Fett episodes have of this series so far. And I am a Boba Fett fan. I was, I came up in the 90s on the original trilogy. And Boba Fett was one of the first action figures I bought on purpose as a kid. I wanted the Boba Fett figure.
I made sure I bought it.
I was like, I want that. But it's probably, I think the first one I actually did buy was Boba Fett.
So let me ask you this,
because he looked cool, and that was it.
Right,
because he looked cool.
Right, and I guess that's my question for you. So you grew up more on the OTs, I would assume. So
yeah.
I guess my question to you is that when you look at the original Boba Fett and you look at the Boba Fett that we have now, I mean, do you enjoy the storyline more now? And again, I know like we've talked about it. Like, we enjoy all content.
I do enjoy it because I'm not the type of person to build up my own expectations. Well, there's a lot of people who have, we only had our little 4 minutes of Boba Fett for decades, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people took that 4 minutes, and there's expanded universe and other comic books and stuff that made him a little bit bigger. So we have those other stories too. But anytime any new piece of media comes at me, I'm just accepting of it because I don't get to choose. Like, it's there. I can either enjoy it or not.
That's the difference between the OTs and us prequel kids, because we are spoiled because we have this high expectation because we have things like we grew up with Marvel. So that's I do blame, like, you guys had like the low expectations because you guys had to wait forever for the new
for many dry spells.
Right,
I know you guys had books that's it, just a paper.
That was just books.
That's it.
And the books are still exciting because think about it. It's been going to so much more detail than the movies and shows ever will have time for.
Right. Yeah. But what I'm saying with us prequel kids, we didn't really get into that. We had the movies. We had other.
We were blessed with the Clone Wars.
You had
we had
Clone Wars, exactly.
We were blessed with the Clone Wars,
That's
man.
true.
There's so much Star Wars for you to
But that's
take
the
into.
issue I'm having with Boba, speaking of Clone Wars, because I keep seeing, if this was any other clone, I could see this. Like, if this was Captain Rex, or if this was like Cody, like redemption story, I can see that. But I'm having a hard time seeing him as Boba Fett because I'm so used to seeing him as a clone. And I'm just having a hard time. And I know that they are the same person. Like, he is the cloner or the original. It's just really hard because I've gotten so used to the Clone Wars. And I've gotten so connected to the clones. So I'm just having a hard time.
I can accept it because I didn't get into Clone Wars.
Yeah.
And I've watched it through like the whole series a couple times, but it never really landed with me, and I do find myself paying attention to other stuff whenever I put it on. It's just never one that hooked me so much. Maybe that's why.
Yeah,
that's why.
I feel kind of in between because I did read some of the books, but I also adore Clone Wars. I have a whole shelf dedicated to everything Clone Wars. That's how much I love the clones. So so I feel like I'm kind of in between, like where you guys are all at, because having read some and seen some about Boba Fett, it is interesting, and it is nice, like just seeing more life given to Boba on screen versus just through a book. So that's always so that's always interesting to be able to just hear your guys' opinions. And I think that's why I'm a little, oh my god, I know who that is. Hi.
That's one of those moments like, oh no, they're here. Oh, don't watch me.
Oh gosh, don't say anything dumb.
No, that's
I lost my train of thought. Oh, okay, yeah. So I feel in between. So that's why, like, I don't know. I am having fun with the Boba Fett show, just seeing him come to life, even though he is pretty different from the books. But I don't know. I feel like he's a good mix of,
I guess
the books and the shows that I hope it's interesting for a lot more people.
Yeah, I guess my question is that from seeing all the episodes so far. Well, I would say 4 because the 5th one was more focused on Mando. Do we think that they're kind of trying to build him up like Mando? Because you see like the relation he has like with the Rancor, like he's like he's like very different. It's a very different kind of a Boba. So like I don't know. Do you see that similarity like with kind of attaching him to something the way like Mando's attached to Grogu? Like, do we see that? I don't know. Like, and I guess I'll throw it to you, Dan.
Yeah, I mean, I see it. It's definitely a different Boba, and not last night's episode, but the week before.
Yeah.
Boba really got into that when him and Fennec were talking about, hey, I want to do things differently. I don't want to be a bounty hunter anymore. I'm sick of this doing stuff for people, these idiots who are going to get us killed. And so he was telling us then, hey, I'm a very different Boba Fett now. And he was laying it all out. Like, I want to do things different going forward. So, and I think that was really nice to get that last week. Because it really did explain why he's been the way he's been. I mean, the flashbacks have kind of been telling us too. For him to just concretely come out and just say it. Hey, I'm sick of doing this. Like, we can't keep doing this stuff. Will you join me? And so we're seeing that big change. And I think what we saw in last night's episode with Mando is I think we're seeing him change. We saw him change anyways with Grogu by the end of season 2.
Yeah.
But now that Grogu's gone, he's kind of like he still is on his mind. You know, obviously he went and had whatever the armorer make out of the spear for little Grogu.
Yeah.
He's not going to help Boba Fett yet until he gets Grogu.
Yeah.
So
I can't wait to see him in his Mandalorian armor.
Oh my god, if it's not that, I'm gonna riot.
It's got to be like chainmail armor or something like that.
Yeah,
I hope so. I hope so. And then that he's wearing that, and that's why he survives Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
Oh man, could you imagine? Oh my gosh, that'd be a whole thing. Yeah, a young Adam Driver, a young Kylo Ren. But I guess there it is. There it is. Let me make it bigger. Hold on. There it is. Oh, that's so cool. I can't wait.
So.
I really can't.
He has to have a little suit. I will buy that toy.
Oh yeah.
I want the plush.
I have to say, so I want to ask like Dan and Jasmine, what'd you guys think of how dark was it though when he sliced that bounty in half? I never thought. I'm like, that is. Me and Mariah were like, what?
I was like, wow. I was surprised they let it. On Disney Plus, it was that brutal. And then he walked around with the head in a bag.
There was no blood, so it's
okay. My god, I know. Yeah, right after. I was like, holy.
I mean, it's not that
throws
bad.
it on the table. I was like, wow. I mean,
what?
it was even dripping like green.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Well, would that happen in in Rise of Skywalker? Kylo Ren cut off that alien's head. He was the spy, and he just throws it up on the table.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He did.
Yeah. Oh man, I tell you, it's like it was just so cool to see that, and it's funny because, we still kind of see him, not as strong with the Darksaber because he literally gave himself a flat, like literally he cut himself pretty bad with it. I mean, he was hurt. I mean, he was limping right after that. Yeah. I mean, that was pretty bad. And it was cool because then we got to see. I know Mariah, you were happy with this. The Night of 1,000. Yeah,
Night of 1,000 Tears. We finally got some answers to it. It wasn't as much as I wanted it to, but it was just enough. I'm happy now. I finally got some answers. We got something.
Yeah. What'd you think, Dan, when you saw that?
Oh, I thought it was gorgeous. Yeah. I thought it was the coolest looking thing. The very Terminator 2.
Yeah.
Like. I've got a couple more. I'm gonna throw another picture up here.
Yeah, go for it.
Just seeing those TIE bombers roll through. Oh, this scene was really cool too.
Oh, that gave like Judgment. Literally gave me freaking Terminator. Yeah, literally.
What was that blowing up? Was that the city? Like the.
Let me.
You guys
remember? You're talking about this thing. If it'll load, give me a second. Oh, that's part of it. I think there's a better shot.
She said it was on Concordia, right? The moon.
It looked like
no. I think they were on
Concordia.
Yeah. I think they were on Concordia, like the moons. That's why she said that's why they survived, because they were on the moon. And I think this happened on actual Mandalore.
That is actual Mandalore. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. And I think that building right there that got blown up, I think that's similar to what the Empire put on Lothal in Rebels.
Oh, okay.
Remember, like, on Lothal they had that big dome-looking thing, and then it was going to take off at the end of Rebels, but they blew it up. I think that was something similar to that. But must have belonged to the Mandalorians. That's why the Empire blew it up this time. But it was just a cool scene to see that. I did not think we were going to get live action Mandalore at all. Like,
so that was the talk. Really cool. That was the talk for a while. Like, a lot of, and again, we didn't really get to see what like really get to see Mandalore, but like it was cool just that little snippet. Because again, like I mean, I would have really loved to see like Mandalore like full throttle. That would have been really nice. But I guess I'm okay with it. We might, If
this Bo-Katan show happens, there might still be something to that.
Speaking of Bo-Katan, I was really surprised that she wasn't with him. Like, if I was her, I wouldn't have let the saber out of my sight.
Yeah.
After all that, with all of her fighting over and trying to look for it and get it back.
Could it possibly be that now that he's not a part of that creed of with the armor and Vizsla, maybe he goes looking for her and gets some answers probably, and maybe there you go, now she he's back on her radar, could be that possibly, and that could be the focus, because again, I know Dan, we were talking about it on your channel, that maybe that show for Bo-Katan will turn in, so instead of the Mandalorian, it'll turn into like Mandalore, and that'll be like it show where it's like it touches on different characters, because again they did say
that
that
could bring in Boba Fett.
Yeah,
That could bring in this new Boba Fett, because one of the things I think we got hinted at last night, or I keep saying last night because that's when we watched it, but today's episode, is that I think Boba Fett might end up ruling Mandalore.
You think
earlier, so? Earlier, the mayor was telling him, "Hey, it's running a family is a little bit different, than being a bounty hunter." They've kind of hinted at these things that Boba's gonna take over and do something a little bit bigger than what we've seen him do, and it seems like Din Djarin doesn't want it. He doesn't want to rule Mandalore.
No, yeah, that's if there's anything that I'm getting, I agree with you.
He doesn't want to. Like, if he did, he probably wouldn't have headed to Tatooine right off the bat.
The thing is with the running a family, to me that was a nod to him finding other clones.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I got too.
Yeah,
well, let's say he unites the clones and uses them to take Mandalore, because technically they're all
Omega is still out there.
Yeah. Rex is still out there.
Yeah,
so, and there's big opportunity.
Rex is with Ahsoka. He don't need any other
family. That would be so cool though to see that in live. I mean, we talked about it yesterday. Tamores Morrison did say that he would. I did a video on it that he would be cool with doing the role of Rex. And I think again, it would if we do get it. And I talked about it on your channel, Dan. It would be cool it would be nice to see it in Ahsoka, an older version. I really wouldn't want to see a young version of him. I don't even in Kenobi, I'm okay. Like, I think it's fine. Yeah, I think it would make more sense, especially attaching it to Rebels. I think we can get that kind of an image. That's kind of the image I have already. So I think it'd be kind of cool to see that. I mean, what do you think, Jasmine? How do you feel? What do you think?
I don't know how I feel about that, because Disney just loves to never be consistent with anything. So I don't want to think about, trying to connect it to Rebels, because it's just not going to make sense, because they already changed what Rex does anyway with the Bad Batch in season 7 of Clone Wars anyway. So at that point, like, I think anything is just fair game.
I just had to put it up here. Yeah, this was so cool.
It was so short, but that was very emotional.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
That was such a cool scene.
It was. I mean, like, we could watch, and you guys in the comment section, like, I thought this was really cool to see the K2, to see K2 like these. Yeah, I thought that was so cool. Like, again, we last saw it in Rogue One. Yeah, Rogue One.
Yeah,
Rogue One.
So I thought, Rogue One. So that was cool. I'm telling you, it's like
it really Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Speaking of which, we had some more Fallen Order stuff too.
Yes, let's get into that.
BD.
Yes, we did have that. That was pretty cool. What did you guys think of that when you saw it?
He's so cute.
Right?
I did not see that coming at all.
No, and I really didn't. And I know it's funny because since I put the breakdown, I put it there, and it's funny because everybody thinks that I'm basically saying like that's the droid from like Cal Kestis. I'm not like that's not what it is.
BD-1. She said
BD.
Not the exact same one, but same model.
Right.
Like several R2s units and
exactly.
Right. So I mean, for all we know, we don't really know
it's a clear Easter egg.
Right.
So for sure.
Right. And and again, we got it also too in the Bad Batch. We got the home world. I mean, we got where Cal went right after in the video game. When he got right
Baraka
after he left.
It was.
I forgot the name.
It's just kind of like everything connects, but not everything is connected. Like, it's just like a little nod, a little Easter egg. Like, I don't think that was actually Anakin's fighter that he flew on Naboo.
No. Well, that wasn't his pod racer. No. Or the fighter.
No, that's a fighter. That's what I'm saying. Like it was a nod. Like, obviously he flew one, but I don't think that was the actual one. So this is not the actual droid that Cal had. Because Cal, if he's still alive, he wouldn't get rid of his droid. Come on.
No. Yeah. That was his buddy. That was his buddy. That was his buddy. That was his best friend. I definitely don't think he would have done that. But it was cool because, again, it gives you kind of like that clarification that possibly we could be getting it, at some point. I mean, I would say he's like, what, probably 30 now? Maybe a little younger. What's going on, Imperial Lemon? What's up, dude?
Yeah.
Man, what an episode. Yes, that's what we're talking about now. Such a phenomenal, great episode. I mean,
And
again,
you know what? That was also probably a nod for us because you remember when everyone thought that Cal was going to be the one to come get Grogu instead of Luke? Like, everyone's like, oh my gosh, it's going to be Cal.
Oh,
It's going to
yeah.
be Cal. Like, we started that rumor ourselves. So I bet that was just like a little nod for us. Like, hey,
Yeah.
here you go.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's true.
But I mean, who knows? Maybe we can see. Maybe it's a nod saying, like, we're going to see him in the future.
I think so. I think at some point, yeah. I mean, again, they just announced too that they're gonna be doing the sequel to Jedi Fallen Order. So they're coming out with the second one. So I would assume at some point he's gonna come. He's coming. I mean,
live action. I mean, he looks just like him. They didn't tweak a whole lot from the actor to the video game. So
And he's a phenomenal actor too. Like him in Gotham.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I don't know if you guys have seen. I mean, I'm not into it, but I've seen it. Shameless. I don't know if you guys have seen Shameless.
Shameless.
Yeah, that's where he got his start. So it's like it's pretty funny to see him here now doing his thing. And let me tell you, I think when the moment he gets into it, I don't think he's gonna get out. he's gonna love it. And honestly, you know, what's a good one? I think what series would we want to see him in? I'll throw it to you, Mariah. Where would you want to see him in if he does come to this?
We can see him in Kenobi, or no, it's only 6th episode. Andor.
Andor. Not a bad time. Okay.
Yeah, because he's alive during that.
Ahsoka.
You think Ahsoka?
That would be a good with Ahsoka, but I want him a little sooner. So
that's fair. Yeah,
that's fair. Yeah. That is true. So we see here. Hold on, let me just put it.
But it'd be nice as like we see him like his character like have a story in Ahsoka, but we like kind of see him. I don't want to say in the background, but just
an appearance, right?
Yeah, like an appearance.
I mean, again, we talked about it also. I talked about it on Dan's channel too. You know, I don't know if you got to hear Mariah. Mary Elizabeth Winstead, supposedly is going to be playing Dr. Afra. I don't know if you know much.
Yes.
I think we had spoken about that too. So, I mean, if they're exploring that world between worlds, I mean, I think that'd be a great place for Ezra to come up somehow.
Not Ezra, Cal.
I mean, not Ezra. Well, Ezra, yes.
Ezra,
I mean,
yes.
Yeah, Ezra. Yeah, I mean, Cal. That's what I mean. I'm sorry, Cal. Yeah, it would be really nice to see him come through.
Only thing is with Ahsoka, I feel like there's going to be a lot of characters. So lot of characters that we're going to expect. I'm expecting to see Hera. I'm expecting to see obviously Sabine. We're expected like now Doc and Ezra. Like I'm expecting to see everyone. Rex. So I'm wondering if we throw in Cal, does that take it away?
I think it might, just because there's so many other characters and nostalgia that we're going to want to focus on to just completely throw in someone new. Unless it's maybe like the second season it could work, but I think you're right. I think Andor would be a better place because there's not too many characters to get attached to from before for that. So I think Andor would be a good place. It'll be, I guess, a lot quieter.
Yeah, it would be a lot quieter. And I mean, I wouldn't be mad if they did throw it in somehow. Like, for instance, say he's chilling with Luke right now at the temple.
Yeah.
Like training.
You think possible. Very possible.
You think Cal is training with Luke?
Maybe like Luke has been on a search for Jedis. I mean, that's what he's been, and he ran into Cal. So maybe he's there being a teacher with Luke. Who knows? I don't know.
That's a possibility. He might have been in that. He might have been part of the students that Luke was training before Kylo destroyed everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cal could have been there. That's good.
Well, wouldn't Cal
be in sequels?
Yeah, he could be teaching Luke though because he's older.
He's older. You're right.
And he had a chance to actually train.
Yeah.
But never mind. That goes out the window.
So what if,
just like Master Windu.
So, well, what if Cal is helping Luke set up other temples?
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
Mentoring him.
I like that. Wow, I like that.
I like that.
Being a teacher. That's what I mean. Like Cal's being a teacher. A substitute teacher.
And what if maybe he goes into hiding like Luke and then learns about the Knights of Ren? Maybe that's why he didn't feel like he was strong enough and maybe he went into hiding because of that.
He died protecting some younglings. I don't want him to just go into hiding like Luke. That was the laziest goddamn writing. You can't do that to another Jedi. Just give him a noble death if you have to kill him off.
Oh,
Sorry,
my
I'm really salty about the sequels. I will
It's okay.
die mad.
Hey, listen. At least we got content. That's how I look at it. At least we got some content. It's been a minute, so at least we got some stuff. But I mean, overall, so what was cool? I thought about that episode. What Mariah and I noticed too, and I'm sure you guys noticed watching it. Was when we saw Mando come out of the Starfleet. I was like, oh, okay, that's where the Pikes came out of. Like now it all like kind of adds up. And it makes sense. I'm like, oh, okay, now because we saw that in episode 4. Was it episode 4 that they were coming out of it?
Yeah, I thought it was 3.
Or was it 3?
At the end of 3.
Yeah, I think it was 3. Yeah, who knows, right?
Yeah, the Starliner.
Yeah.
And we got more Rex droids, which was really cool to see Rex droids.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Mojo Quid says here, deep cut theory. What if in Ahsoka we find out the most recent trilogy is canon, but no longer happens because it happens in the timeline that would have been
stop!
if Ezra hadn't saved Ahsoka.
You're gonna throw some Harry Potter stuff. Yeah, it's deep.
So do we get new sequels in that case?
Oh no. Well, they talked about it at one point. So I mean it's funny because I remember one point they were trying to say, well, they had came out with the article I remember last year. They were like that they're gonna kind of like not redo them, but kind of like give that's what the Mandalorian was supposed to be. Because there's unseen footage with Han, Luke, and Leia that they were gonna use in this series at some point.
Just think about it. When we're old, they're gonna redo all this.
Maybe I don't know. I feel like Star Wars won't get redone, but they might make new content that changes the context of previous stuff. That they do all the time. Yeah, they always.
I feel like in 50 years, like whenever we're old, and if they're gonna just change it all. They've done it with several other things. I think that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be like, this is not Star Wars. We're gonna be old and be so cranky. So this is not what we liked it.
So Disney has no problem already decanonizing their own stuff and the OT. So if they're going to keep holding on to Star Wars, I don't think they're going to redo everything. They're just going to keep adding more and more until just nothing makes sense. And then we're all just going to argue, when we're all like gray haired and everything, we're just going to keep fighting.
Hey, I got some gray, so don't get into that. I have some gray.
I got a little bit.
I have to start using some stuff, so.
It's okay, we're almost there.
Let's give Bryce, you know what, I'm going to add on to Mojo. Let's give Bryce Dallas Howard the, who was supposed to do, like the Sith trilogy? Someone was supposed to have, you remember the writers of Game of Thrones? They were going to do something and they got canned. Let's give Bryce their
whatever
movie.
That project was.
Yeah.
I can't remember which one they were supposed to do. They were supposed to have
never specified. It was they never specified what they were doing.
It was like not even really in stages for like filming or anything, right? They were just throwing around ideas.
Yeah.
Okay, let's give it to Bryce.
Hey, we're gonna work with them, which is a weird announcement. If you don't have anything, if you don't actually have a project ready, why announce them?
Right.
Yeah.
And that's something like that's one of my big gripes with Lucasfilm is that they do this stuff. They're like, hey, we're gonna work on this thing, and it turns out they weren't actually working on it yet. And then it falls apart, and we're like, oh, well, what happened?
Yeah.
You know what? Okay, I want to be honest here. I have worked with them before, and it happens all the time. I have worked with just for some
don't announce it till it's done. And
yes, I have gotten opportunities for modeling to work with them, and it's all like fell through. Like some of them have actually happened, but then they're like, okay, well, we're going to use this. You're going to use your picture for this, and you're going to see it on this, and it never happens. And then I'm like, okay, it happens all the time.
Yeah, they're always changing their minds. They
always change your mind. So, but it's okay. It eats at me. As long as they talk to me, I was like, okay, it's a win.
Right? Yeah. So that's actually pretty cool. You've spoken to Lucas. You've spoken to them like literally like that's kind of cool.
Someone. I wasn't speaking to Kathleen Kennedy.
Like you got an email. Damn, girl. At least it's in your email somewhere. Yeah. Like it's like
I'm talking to like 3 different middlemen. Like I'm not even sure if it's like someone who is contracted out from Lucasfilm who's contracted out from them. It's like
That's cool
Gotcha.
though.
But it's fine.
Really
It's
cool.
fine.
Oh man, too bad. Too bad you didn't get to be an actress on the Galactic Star. Is that what it? The Star Cruiser? Yeah.
The Star Cruiser.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
I
would've
actually
been cool.
auditioned for that at kind of. I just didn't really try. I was just like, I think I used to be a friends with characters and for Disney. Can't say which one, obviously, but I feel like I don't know. I've gotten to the point where I was like, I'm a little too old to keep doing it. I like being in one place. I like being in my own bed. So I like being home. Yeah, I'm comfortable being home. So I just didn't want to go back to that lifestyle again. And they don't pay a lot.
Yeah, I've heard that.
That's my big gripe with Disney.
Yeah,
They need to take care of those.
I make a
employees
lot
way
more
better.
money doing what I'm doing now than what I did. But I did get free tickets, so that's a plus.
Yeah, but it's not always worth it, is it?
No, they just don't pay enough. But
Yeah.
But
That's
part of me
true.
was just like, I want to go see this Star Cruise. I want to be on this tour.
So funny thing you mentioned that, Mariah. Dan is over here is actually gonna be going there in about 5 weeks.
Yeah, a couple weeks. I'm going on the second voyage.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's cool.
Hopefully gets a live stream it, dude. That's what I want to see.
I hope so.
Is
Either way,
it
I'm doing video, but
is it like? Can I ask? Is it like a media tour or is
no,
it?
No, I'm paying for it. Yeah, paying for it.
Let me know if it's worth it.
Yeah, we're all very
we're splitting
curious.
a room. We're putting 4 people in standard cabin,
Yeah.
and my price ended up being $1,750. So that's a lot. That's a lot for a bunk bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Honestly, I don't know that it's going to be worth it in terms of real world money, like regular real world money.
Not credits.
because I do videos and everything. It's going to be worth it for me because I'm going to make a lot of that back up and content and whatever. So it's kind of hard for me to say, is it like worth it?
Right.
As far as like a Disney cruise, like relating it to a Disney vacation, I think it's probably going to be on par with their other things you can do. As far as like going on a Disney cruise or something like that, it's probably going to be a similar worth, maybe a little bit slightly overpriced, like a 20 to 30% overprice of a normal Disney cruise vacation. I think it's going to be something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My issue is like if I win, I can't go with my partner because he's not a Star Wars fan, and I would not put him through that.
Yeah, I'm not taking my wife or my kids. I'm going with friends. So
Yeah.
same reason.
Yeah, I think that's something. I think that's like mentioned. Like I think throughout the whole galaxy, we'll just say it. We'll call it like that. I think if you're gonna go to something like that, you have to go with people who really want to go to that because
and we're all gonna dress up and we're gonna play and we're gonna do the whole.
And you have the cosplay, if you don't mind.
Oh,
could you show what you got? Because that was really cool. I got to see it on your channel.
The thing that I made, or.
Well, dude, I mean, whichever one, man. I don't know. Bless us with your presence, bro.
This is what I put together last night. It's actually one of my shirts for the fancier dress night. But it's just like a shirt I found on Amazon. I just kind of customized it.
I love that.
It's kind of the Pikes. Remember when we saw the Pikes?
Yes.
And they had the blue things with the gold accents.
Yeah.
I just I took a picture of this shirt, went into Photoshop, drew over it, and then used my Cricut vinyl cutter and just cut it and ironed it on last night. Actually, during the stream, I did it.
You know what? That kind of gives me a little bit of Bail Organa vibes, something
right?
casual but still nice that he would wear.
Yeah, so I've been working on a bunch of. I've got vests and stuff. Whereas, you can kind of see there's vests in my Resistance pilot suit hanging on the wall. I'm wearing all that stuff. I'm wearing 4 different outfits over those 2.5 days.
Damn, that's awesome.
If I did that, I don't know which outfit I would want to do it all. Except for my Ahsoka one, I could not do that. No
and I'm
way.
bringing droids. I'm bringing these 2 droids with me.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
we're gonna take some pictures and stuff on the Star Cruiser, film little skits and stuff with them, and that way I'm really trying to make this thing worth it for me, so that I could come back home and have footage I can reuse and put voices over them and have them do their normal jokes and stuff.
And that's where the content for you is gonna kick in for the views and everything, because that's what's really gonna sell it. Because again, this is the fact that you're going, because they haven't opened it yet, right?
Oh no, it opens March 1st, so I'm going on the second voyage March 3rd.
Right, so there you go. Like, and if you have that footage from right then and there, oh my gosh, dude! Like viewership is gonna go like
It's really huge.
sky high, dude. You're gonna, the channel itself is gonna thrive. So, it's gonna be like everybody's gonna be like,
and I got a huge kick from Galaxy's Edge opening because I was there for the opening, and leading up to it, I was covering all the little news and tidbits about it. So it's a similar strategy I'm using this time for Star Cruiser.
Oh, so you know already.
My birthday's in March, and I really wanted to go but I think I'm getting a 3D printer instead of going to class.
No, so you know what?
3D printers are great. I love two of them.
You know what's funny, guys. So Mariah knows a thing or two about getting other things instead of other things. Remember? Yeah, she got lightsabers instead of an engagement ring. Then that was what she.
I think you mentioned that in one of the streams that I was on with you back in like August.
Yeah,
I do remember you
they were going out of stock, and I needed it.
You needed it? Get the heck out of here.
No, I get it.
There's like, no, trust me. He's like, I get it.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I was gonna do it again if for the World Series this year, because if Red Sox would have made it, I was gonna get it, but they didn't. So my boyfriend looked out on that one. I was like, please, I will never ask for an engagement ring if you get me tickets to the World Series.
You guys are never gonna get married. Oh my gosh.
It's okay. It's okay.
We don't need a ring to get married.
We don't.
It's 2022. What's the ring?
You tell me you would not go see the Yankees in the World Series?
I would, but I wouldn't call off an engagement.
I want to go to the World Cup.
I'm sorry.
If the World Cup were an option to like go watch the games for the last 2 weeks, it was that or a ring, I'd be like, buy my tickets.
Mm-hmm. Wow. I would be up there with a sign saying I chose tickets.
Dan is like this youth.
Wow. Yeah. I got a ring.
He's like, yeah, no, I'm locked up. No, that's it.
We went with the ring option.
Yeah, no, Star Wars was in a
lightsaber would be cool though.
He's like, you see, you can't. Lightsaber comes years later. That's it. The ring comes first.
I had to get my own lightsabers later.
Yeah, that's funny.
But to be fair, though, if anyone was like, "Oh, lightsabers are cheap," I had to get mine from a reseller, and they upped the prices off of eBay, so that's why they were so expensive. So
yeah, and the Ahsoka were actually hard to get.
Mm-hmm. Is Ahsoka?
Yours is the NeoPixel, Mariah, or no?
No, mine are from Galaxy. They're from Galaxy Edge, but they're the Mandalorian ones, and they went out of stock whenever I got them. They upped the prices like 300%.
Ooh,
yeah, it was a
Dan,
lot.
Let me ask you, Dan. You know about the lightsabers from Galaxy's Edge, correct?
Yeah.
Do you know much on them?
Mostly the Savi's ones, the custom ones, but the legacy ones a little bit.
Okay, because I know Mariah had at one point, we were going back and forth, and we had Darth Vader Dupree, which he knows about them too. And it was so funny because Mariah thought she had like these fake ones, because it ended up being because I think you didn't have the black tape on it.
Yeah, they made a mistake actually. What had happened, and I thought I had just gotten the wrong ones, but Disney made an error and they printed the wrong ones. They made the strip black, and they were actually
the Ahsoka sabers.
And and they were supposed to be gray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like a different variant. I don't know if it's worth anything more or whatever, but I did see those going around for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Also, that was a thing. Okay.
Yeah, it was a thing. Yeah.
There's there's probably a couple hundred of them or so that went out like that.
You know if they'll ever bring back the Ahsokas from the Mando? Well, I mean, I would assume when the show comes back.
Because they've been weird with their stock, especially right now with all the weird supply chain stuff. East down in Florida has barely. I think they had 3 different lightsaber styles in the last couple days. It was like Luke, Leia, and something in the mall.
The shadow one
came out. Yeah, and that's it. But prior to that was like nothing for weeks. While Disneyland over on the West Coast has had all kinds of stuff, and they put the mall one first, and
Disney's been having a lot.
Wow, because
it's been weird because they've been different on each coast, and sometimes stuff just comes back out of nowhere. Like Shop Disney put up the Mace Windu that was gone for a long time, rumored to be retired. All of a sudden shows up on Shop Disney.
They just I just saw they just put up the Black Series, or I think it was I don't know which one it was. They just put up the Rey one. They just put up the Rey lightsaber, the yellow one. Or yellow one?
Oh yeah, they've had that one. So they've had that one at Galaxy's Edge at least on the West Coast for a while, and now I think it started like a couple months ago that Disney's been putting up more Sabers on Shop Disney, so they're not really park exclusive anymore. Because
no, they're actually if you order them from Shop Disney, they actually end up being the Hasbro ones. If I'm not mistaken.
No.
No, they're not.
They have one. It's a different package. It looks like the old Hasbro ones. It's a longer package. It comes with a blade and a stand that used to come with older versions, but the actual hilt itself and the blade are the legacy blades you would get at Galaxy's Edge. But it's different packaging now.
Okay. See, that's what it meant. Because I had the old Hasbro, the X-Force ones of my Obi-Wan is like that.
Like, if you can get the Hasbro Black Series Elite ones, those are the best.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say.
The replica goes. They have so many more cool features. Like, you get the
Yeah.
little wall burn effect. You can do, like, the lockup where it flashes, blaster deflection. The legacy lightsabers at Galaxy's Edge don't have any of those features.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was like I'm like, even the Rey one, just like it looks better. Like
the Rey one from Galaxy's Edge doesn't ignite by turning the wheel. It's got a little button you slide.
I don't like that at all. I don't like that.
But the Black Series one does.
The
Black Series one, you ignite it by the wheel, and that has those extra effects on the blade.
I also don't like
blaster deflection
either
stuff.
one of the Leia ones because I hate how, and Luke's like that too, where they take that part off.
Because the thin neck, you have to screw on a bigger adapter.
But the NeoPixels, like everyone else I've seen, have done it without that, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to pay a little extra just to have that look.
NeoPixels are amazing.
They are.
Yeah,
I have two.
they're
I've got a
gorgeous.
third one on the way, but I just recently got two of them from different companies that wanted to send them my way. I love them. They're so amazing. Like the fact that you can do gesture controls. You don't have to plug it into USB or computer, but you can like modify what color, what effects it's gonna do, have it shoot rainbows out of the blade. Like you could do whatever the heck you want with this thing just with gesture controls and like one button.
The only problem I have with NeoPixel, I have two. So I have both Star Killer ones. I have the the one from the video game, and I have the I have both of them. But the the retention screw.
Yeah, the little
the little hole.
Exactly.
So it ended up being that I can't now. I put the blade. I can't tie it anymore.
Oh, did it? You can't tighten it anymore, or you can't loosen it?
No, I can't. I can't lock it in. I'm like,
did you strip the threads on it?
I guess I
That's what
did.
it sounds like, yeah.
I guess I did, and I have no idea. So I have it there, but I don't know. I have no idea what to even do. Like I've spoken to some people, and they're like, you could drill it, and I'm like,
that's what I was gonna say. You could drill a new hole.
Yeah, I'm not the perfect person to do that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think I'd even trust
drill
myself.
press where they can actually like clamp it and then press it down with the right bit, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, we got on lightsabers, and we're supposed to be talking about me.
I know.
But Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah,
The Book of Boba Fett. Sorry, guys. I forgot that we were on a live stream.
Yeah, for real, right?
Hey,
but
that just means we're having fun, right?
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah.
That's
I
all
get
it
that
is.
people are looking at me while I'm like sitting here gawking over lightsabers. Sorry.
No, but I going back to Book of Boba. Back to the Book of Boba. Going back to that, I really did enjoy him going through him on the Naboo starfighter. I really liked it. It was really cool. I thought it was really
So
cool.
speaking of that starfighter, there was a moment with the little Rodian girl sitting in the seat in front of him looking over. And then later we saw that little Rodian girl looking out the window and seeing him, in his speeder out. I think a lot of that was kind of showing us how Mando's changed. Like Mando's a family man now. He's worried.
Yeah,
about
he
business.
is.
Yeah, the Mandalorian.
Yeah,
The Mandalorian.
And I think that's going to change his story arc, the same way Boba changed. I think that's what last week we saw Boba kind of really talking about his change. This week we get to see Mando and how he's changing. And so, who knows what's going to come up in the
Somebody's
next
got a
2
Rancor
weeks.
or something?
Oh, that's my dogs. I got it is, Rancor, basically.
But my thing is, though, with Boba Fett, and I'm okay with him changing into this more family man, this more loyal leader, but I still want to see maybe flashbacks of him kicking some ass.
Yes.
Who? Boba or Mando?
Boba.
Oh,
Boba.
yeah.
I need to see him being bad to me.
Being brutal.
Believe
Well, that's kind of what I was expecting, honestly. Like I thought we were gonna get some Empire, some Empire Strikes Back like footage, or Return of the Jedi type of Boba, like just something before.
We haven't really seen him even fire a blaster.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Not at all.
We
right?
have we seen him
maybe
use
one-
his jetpack?
Yes.
No, just when he
Yes.
was
I think
landing.
When he was landing, the one
Yeah.
time in that
Very
with
brief.
Does that even count?
yeah.
He was
really.
just landing. He wasn't
Yeah.
doing anything with it.
But like part of Boba, even some of the action figures with that quick draw. You know, he'd
Yeah.
always be real quick on the draw and like phew, we haven't
Yeah.
seen any of that. So
Well,
yeah,
that-
I'm with you. We need to see some of that. Him just tearing people
Yeah.
down.
Well, that's kind of what I guess that's where I'll go back to to that, Dan. Like, you know, and I think this series lacks that because again, like I know, for me, I know a lot of older OT fans, and they're kind of upset. They're disappointed in the series and the direction that it's gone because, and again, like to each their own. I'm not knocking it. I'm not saying it's bad or anything, but I'm just saying, I could understand and see that kind of frustration with the series because again, you get an episode like Mando and it hit. I mean, it was 10 out of 10. And then you get, but again, not every episode of Mando was a 10 out of 10. We got to remember that as well.
Right.
Not every episode of Mando was like this one. Because there were some episodes that people were like, this is filler. This is boring. We didn't need this episode. So again, it's only one episode. We can't, and again, every episode can't be a 10. So I get it. I understand it. And, I guess to the people out there that are kind of frustrated with the Book of Boba, it's kind of like, the people that were frustrated with Bad Batch, for example, myself, and I know Mariah, I know you were frustrated with it as well. And then there's others who love the Bad Batch. Like I know Jasmine, you love the Bad Batch.
I can admit it was
did you love
not
the
good,
Bad
but I still love it.
I
Did you
didn't
enjoy the-
love it.
Okay.
I enjoyed it, but I didn't love it. I wasn't like, this is the greatest thing ever. I was like, this is fine. And I watched it,
Right.
and I wasn't heavily invested or anything.
It would have been fun if they just didn't do one episode a week. It was too long. I think it was the time because it was 16 weeks. It was
That's a long
like the
time.
whole summer. It was
Yeah.
very long. That was the issue.
Yeah, it was. It was like May 4th to like middle of July or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think too what a lot of people Mando definitely built different. Yeah, he is. And I think that with the Bad Batch, and now we're getting season 2 coming up in the spring. Supposedly, Star Wars Insider put that out there. Which I'm definitely, I can't wait to see Wayland, the planet. I want to learn more about, again, that's from, Heir to the Empire. That's going to touch on all that stuff. So I know, Dan, you were talking about it the last time on your channel, about, Heir to the book. I want to see more of that. I think that with the
and we're gonna get more Thrawn. Like they're setting up to a lot of that, and we're getting more Thrawn. And
you think
we
we'll
love
get
Thrawn?
You think we'll learn more of the
wait.
development on like Sidious's like clones and all this stuff there?
I think they've kind of been hinting at it, right?
Yeah,
I thought
A
so
little bit.
too, but I feel like they're just going to be like, nope. That what
It's
we
like
got
a
was
long tease.
yes, a long tease.
Do we get evil Luke? Do we get evil
Oh,
Luke
God.
out there?
He has the hood up.
Yeah. No, I mean, I personally, again, I think the reason why, like, for example, Bad Batch, that's what I was going to say. Look at that first episode. It was it was like a 90-minute episode, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
And
something like that.
everybody, I mean, it was a great episode. Great
Oh, yeah.
episode. And that was what everybody was like, all right, like, we can do this. Like, this has hope. And, again, they learned from the Clone Wars season 1. This is going to be great. And it ended up being that as time went on, the episodes didn't hit. They were just kind of dragging, and they had the pieces there. Like, for example,
It
on
kind of
Ordnance
picked up a
Cell.
little when Cad Bane showed up. For me,
Yes.
I
Yes.
was like, okay, now I'm back in.
Right.
Cad
Because
Bane's
now with Cad Bane, it goes to show now he's still alive. Because remember, there was deleted footage between that fight between him and Boba when Boba killed him. So then that's how he got the dent in his helmet. So that's a whole nother thing that I'm still wondering. Does he come up in the Book of Boba? Does he come up live action? That's another character. So
that'd be cool.
that would be, and it's been thrown around too. It's definitely
Oh, yeah.
been speculated that he might be coming into this season. I think that, to be honest, I know people want to see Bosk, Dengar, and others, but to be honest, Cad Bane, I would want to see him 100% more than these other than the OT ones. I'm so
He'd
sorry.
be so scary
I
in live
just-
action.
But that would just add to the character.
I know. I love that.
Oh yeah, that'd be really good. I mean, imagine a Cad Bane and Mando crossover, the gunslinger and the gunslinger. You can do some cool showdowns with those two. If they, if they got involved.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, don't give us hope.
and I guess that's my question to anybody in the chat and to you guys as well. Could it be possible? let's talk about next week's episode, because a lot of people are saying that they think that we're gonna see Mando go get Grogu. I don't think that's what's gonna happen. I think that what we saw is just him basically saying, "Hey, I need to make sure I need to get Grogu first. I need to see him, then I can help you out. We can deal with that." So I think what's gonna happen in my prediction is that we're gonna end up seeing possibly he will be there, because it'll be a post Grogu. It'll be after the fact. But again, that's kind of like or they end up hiring another bounty hunter, Cad Bane, possibly.
I'm going to have to say I do agree with you, but I want to go with the opposite just so we can have the opposite effect, because I feel like whatever we say, I always say, like, every time we say something, they do the exact opposite.
Yeah. Well, no.
So I'm just going to throw it out there. And I believe it? No. But I'm just going to do the opposite of what you said.
Sounds good. What do you think, Dan?
I don't think we're gonna get Mando and Grogu next week. I agree with you. I don't think we're gonna see that. But I do wonder when, because they can't not show us that. I
want to see that in season 3.
Right, I hope we get it then. But is it going to be weird to have like a jump back in time, or is that going to be the beginning of season 3? The first thing we see is how he got Grogu back, and then it's going to be weird flashback. It's the time gets murky with that.
Or maybe is it season 3? Like maybe we don't see Din at all in the rest of this, and then season 3.
I think we will though. We kind of have, right? Because, Fennec went to hire him, and he said yes, he'd do it for free.
Yeah, well, that's season 2.
He's in. He's going to... So you think then, in the next 2 weeks, we don't see Boba wrap up this issue with the... with the
I mean, I think that'd be fine, and then because it would
it's big.
It would carry on to season 2, and maybe season 3. This is what we're going to see in season 3: is Din going to look for Boba. I mean, Boba going to look for Grogu.
Then I wonder what the
rest of Book of Boba Fett season look like then.
Just
him, not him wrapping up the issue.
How do they end this on a big boom if we don't destroy the Pikes for the next 2 weeks?
I don't. But
Crimson Dawn.
Is that?
I don't think that would be
amazing.
Dawn
shows up.
I can't. But you see, that's the thing. I can't see.
I don't know.
I don't. Star Wars Workshop says here, I think Mando could end up finding out he's force sensitive when he meets up with Luke and Grogu. Oh, I don't think Mando is. I don't think he's force sensitive.
I don't think he's force sensitive. He's just a big old himbo dad.
But you never know. I mean, it's Disney, right? We never know. We never really know. Anything is possible. But I will say this. I mean, I can't see, because again, I know we talked about it. They did say that there will possibly be a season 2. So I could see this wrapping up with like a big, like, kind of how we got like with Mando, big ending at the end, like a spoiler of like season 2 and what's to come. So I could possibly see something like that, where they might not finish the story of the Pikes just yet, because I don't think it's going to just take 2 episodes. I don't think Crimson Dawn comes in just yet, even though a lot, like, I'm not going to lie, and that's what I was going to say before about the Bad Batch, Ord Mantell, where Crimson Dawn started, like, it's all been hinted. It's there. Like, all of it is there. Even if you see it in the Book of Boba, you see like the the necklace that Maul and Kira have. Like that sign is like everywhere. Like the mayor has
the mayor's chair. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got to see the mayor next week, I'm guessing.
Right. He has to come up, because who's he working for? Who is behind who? Because it's not any of the people now that we got to see. I think it was in episode 3 when Boba had all the other people that are ruling in Tatooine. It's not them. So who could it be? He said it's somebody bigger. Okay, we know like who. Anybody bigger has to be Crimson Dawn, and the comic series, they're like very big now with Crimson. What is it? They call it Crimson Reign now. So that's kind of like they have to come up, and that's canon. Those comics, if I'm not mistaken, are canon. So do they come in at a point? I mean, what do you think, Dan?
I do think Crimson Dawn's going to be part of this. It's got to be, right? Like,
right.
It has at some point. It does have to merge. I just wonder. Like you're saying, I'm trying to compare it to season 1 of Mando. How they didn't really kill off the big bad. Right. They kind of took him out in the TIE fighter, and then he ended up showing up with the Darksaber. There was a big reveal at the end, and everybody was like, oh my god, the Darksaber. So I'm just trying to think on how... I do think Crimson Dawn's coming, I don't think we're going to be able to fully get rid of the Pikes in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But who's the big bad that we're taking down? If it's not going to be
So
the
maybe
Pikes.
maybe just really finding out like who the Pikes are working for or with, and then
taking down
it
the
could just
mayor
be the
and
bigger
then finding
setup
out
for
The
and then it could be like a bigger war in season 2.
I just totally forgot. We forgot the what is it? The Red
The
Wing
Rancor.
Assassins.
Oh.
The Red Wing Assassins. Who were they working? They never established who they're working for. They never
true.
established that. So we have
Well, the mayor. He said the mayor, and then the mayor killed him. I think the mayor was lying.
Well, yeah, but I think he was gonna out who he was really working for. I think the mayor, yes, but I think there was more to it, and that's why they killed him right away
Before he could actually,
right,
yeah. That makes sense.
to reveal who actually they're working for. So that's why I'm like,
My thing is, so what if they do take out the Pikes, and then they like leave one of them escapes or something, like say for instance is the mayor, he escapes or whatever, and then he's talking to someone bigger, higher, and said, "You have failed me," and it would be like we just see the back of her head, and then we're like, okay, it's Kira.
Is it Kira? Yeah, one of those like probably Kira, but we're not 100% sure or something.
Like this, like her pony. You just see her ponytail and you hear her voice.
That'd
like
be cool.
I'm just kind of like because that whole what you said about the dark saber kind of reminded that
that little tease at the very end of
and that was a good one. I totally like forgot about, and that was such a build up, like that was such a great build up. And I see here Star Wars Workshop says here Luke trains Mando how to properly use the darksaber. Yes, because he didn't really learn. He didn't really finish his training technically. And that's one of the things I think.
Fight almost like.
Yeah, literally. If it was honestly, that's what I was telling Mariah. Honestly,
fought better.
He fought better without the darksaber, to be honest. So I could see it. I mean, what if it ends up being that he ends up giving it to Bo? What if he gives it to Bo-Katan at some point? Because he doesn't, like you said, Dan. I mean,
But
what
then
if he doesn't?
They're going to be cursed if it's not won in a battle.
Yeah,
she just
curse
did.
Or whatever.
She got it handed to her for the first time, and it failed because Sabine.
Yeah.
So
I don't think they're gonna do anything more with Bo-Katan doing it. She already tried twice; it didn't work. I think if they try to like have her rule a third time, that's just gonna be really lazy writing, in my opinion. Like give Mando a try or someone else.
Yeah.
Or they'll just get rid of it.
It'll be the third try.
Get rid of
destroy
it.
It's gonna be like a Lord of the Rings thing to destroy the darksaber.
Yeah.
And that'd be cool though.
On Mustafar. We have to get it to Mustafar.
Oh no! Don't destroy. It's such a cool thing since they brought it in.
If it's causing that much trouble, what if that's like the really big main issue that some people are like, yeah, just get rid of it, and then others are like, how dare you? It's history.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
could be.
Over it. So one thing I'm wondering in the next 2 weeks, what do you guys think? Do you think we're gonna see Boba ride the Rancor? Mos Espa?
Yes.
Hell yeah!
This next week or the final?
Next week. That's his muscle.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I know that's definitely some muscle to show up with,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know one of the things. So funny thing is that I know that it was put out a while ago. I don't know if you guys heard about it, but it had been something that was leaked. I don't know how much there is truth to it, but with the Rancor, it's supposed to be one of the last episodes that supposedly Boba comes with the Rancor to help Mando somehow. So I wonder, is that something that, and it's like that's like later, the ending of the episode, but I'm like, how does that really work? How does it like tie in with it?
Yeah.
Any ideas?
I don't know.
I don't know. Like I thought about it. What does he save him from? Like,
yeah. And if so, and that's part of this series, then I would think we get more Mando next week.
Yeah.
And then it ends on that note, and then maybe we see like a full Rancor display at the very end as a big showdown or something. But if we're getting the Rancor and Boba's riding it, I also want Danny Trejo wielding some kind of space machete.
Yeah.
At least for a second.
Yeah. I mean, we need more Danny Trejo. He's so good, man. I'm so happy he's a part of Star Wars. I mean, like when I saw him, I was like, oh yes.
Danny Rancor.
Yes, like it was so cool to see him. Like again, like just him to be in Star Wars is such an honor, such a pleasure. and he's such a nice guy. Seems like such a nice guy, so it was cool to get him.
If he
with
doesn't
that.
come out with like a plate of like banta tacos or something, that's wasted.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
Even just
I'm
in
really
the background, just eating them, something.
That's the Latina in you. You're like, yeah, no,
Yeah.
he's gotta have that. You're like,
Some kind of tacos, like he
Yeah.
has to.
I guess oh, here we go, Star Wars, where it says he needs more muscle than just Mando. I'm hoping we get some more bounty hunters. I guess that's that was one of my questions. I guess I was gonna ask you guys in the next 2 weeks. That's another thing. If Mando doesn't end up coming, who do they get? Like, who really do they get at this point? Who could Fennec or him really look for?
At that point, wouldn't it just be more bounty hunters, like people that he trusts, people that he's like, hey, work for me and I'll show you what it really means to work for someone who actually values your life and your time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, wouldn't it be right? So, I mean, we would have to go down the list of like all the bounty hunters that we know that are still alive that he's
Could
come
be
across.
some that we
That he's
know,
come
some
across,
new
yeah.
ones that are going to be introduced.
You know who I would
That's
really
true.
love to see? I would love to see Embo at some point in live
Yes.
action. I love
That'd be
Embo.
hard to do, but yeah, it'd be cool.
It
That'd be really
would,
cool.
but it would be so dope. I mean, my gosh, that'd be such a great help. I would love to see that. That'd be so cool to see Embo
And there's
in
been
live
some.
action.
I don't super follow the War of the Bounty Hunter comics that are going on right now, but I've seen some of the covers. There's a human bounty hunter guy, regular white dude with like black hair. Seems to be one of the main characters. I see him on a lot of the covers. So I wonder if they bring a character like that. That's part of it because they've already pulled Black Chrysanthemum from the comics.
Yeah,
So why not?
Yeah,
That's a
Pull in
good.
something like that.
yeah. I mean, that would be a good one. I mean, yeah. Who knows? I mean, they should go the comic route. I mean, again, that stuff is canon. So I mean, they
And then
could
it sells
use
more
it.
comics. It
Yeah.
makes those comics go up in value too. It's like, hey, you go hunt down the stuff that you missed.
It does. I mean, I've hunted down some of the comics, like the Obi-Wan comic. The moment they dropped the Kenobi series, that comic went up like sky high, and I paid like $50 for it. So like, imagine when it comes out, the actual series. The Kenobi series, like that Marvel comic line from I forgot what year, 2000, I think 15 or 14, 15, is gonna go up in price. I mean, anything Kenobi's gonna go up in price, and it's crazy because today they just came out with some stuff with Kenobi, and I guess that's my other question to you guys. How excited and are you guys for Kenobi? I know we've talked about it, but like,
Ecstatic.
I mean, we haven't gotten anything. You noticed? Did you guys notice that we haven't gotten?
It was like a
nothing.
1-minute teaser, and that was it. It wasn't any footage.
No, it was just
interview stuff.
It was just concept art, like that we kind of.
And it broke the internet.
Yeah.
Oh, did it? And it was like, and it's funny because if you look at that image of Kenobi and Vader, in that pose, it kind of looks like it literally is the same one as Luke and Vader. If you think about it, it's literally the same image. So I'm kind of like, are you guys gonna give us something different? Because I am expecting something new. That's more what
Do you think maybe everything's just kind of on hold with that, but they don't want to say it? That's why they haven't really done anything.
No, I think they're letting everything else take correct. They know that this will overshadow everything else. So I think that's what they're doing. And in a marketing standpoint, they're letting all the attention build up. And then also the hype right now, Marvel. Like summertime is usually about big on Marvel. We just had Spider-Man. We just had Multiverse of Madness coming up. So it's just gonna be a little quiet for a little bit. Because right now we're in a kind of like a dead spot right now of Marvel, and then because we're talking about Book of Boba Fett, obviously, because we just got off the highest Spider-Man,
right?
And then right now we got Book of Boba, and then in May, if I'm not mistaken, it's Multiverse of Madness, and it's gonna be
Celebration.
And Celebration. So we may get a teaser at Celebration.
That's
or
what I'm
around
thinking.
May 4th. I think actually May 4th.
May 4th. I think they'll do it because that's when they announced.
That's
I think that's going to be the day for Kenobi. It makes sense too.
I bet. Yeah, we get a May 4th announcement, and then a few weeks later at Celebration, we get a panel.
Yes,
and we're going to learn a ton at that panel, and that's going to have to hold us out till it comes out either end of the year or early next year.
Do you think we'll get a panel at there, or do you wait until San Diego Comic-Con?
Celebration.
I would
Absolutely Celebration. Yeah,
Yeah, because it's in Cali anyway.
But wait, D23 is this year.
But not till September.
Okay.
But the thing is, there
I
are
definitely think
there's 3 different opportunities for it, because with everything going on, there is still that possibility that something could happen to Celebration again.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
So if it's not at Celebration, where else do you guys think that they would drop?
D23.
Okay.
In D23.
Both
Comic-Con or D23.
Well,
yeah,
I think they'll drop the trailer. I feel like they would know before, because it's at the end of May of Celebration. So I think we'll get a trailer for sure in May 4th. And then when it comes to panels, yes, Comic-Con, a panel on Comic-Con. But I think we'll get another teaser or something really big for D23.
Yeah. And I feel like at D23, typically when I've gone to those, that's going to be a more broad thing. It'll be like, this is what Lucasfilm has coming, and it'll be a little bit of all the shows on the way. Where Celebration, they're going to spend hour panels on specific big things.
Yeah, because we also have Andor. That's the other one.
There's definitely going to be an Andor panel.
Correct.
Every show's Ahsoka's probably going to have its own panel or something to that.
Yeah, I honestly think Ahsoka's panel is gonna come in September that's D23, right?
Right.
I think that's what you said.
Yeah, that makes more sense, because by then they'll have more cast lined up and be a little bit deeper into production where they can actually talk about it.
Right, because if I'm not mistaken, they said that they were gonna start filming at the end of this month, beginning of February. So I could see that's why you see like a lot of the casting is being revealed now. You see certain actors coming out. And funny thing, so I was reading an article, and it actually came out. I'm gonna talk about it a little more, but so there's a reason why here that they're saying that why there's an article that it explains why it's taking so long for the trailer to come out for Kenobi, and basically what it is that I think Roy Ross basically says here. I think the big part of it is that Lucasfilm is just trying to make sure that it is as polished as possible, so that when it comes out, it's not going to have the Game of Thrones moment where there's coffee up in the corner that they missed or something like that.
Right.
It's gonna have a lot of love that's poured into it, and it's gonna hopefully blow people's minds and really enjoy seeing what's been going on. So
do we know when it's coming out yet?
They haven't announced anything just yet. That was just that actually was just released today. I was kind of do something on it, which I still will. But...
My thing is, when do you think it's going to be released? Because they
end of this year. End of this year.
End of this year.
Yeah,
so,
because
like Christmas.
Right, because what had happened was, and I think Dan, we spoke about it yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. I know they said that if you remember, Kenobi was supposed to come out originally in May the 4th of this year.
Spring,
it was supposed to come out.
Spring of
right,
22,
spring 2022. But because of COVID, everything got pushed back. Because Ahsoka was supposed to come out right after. Andor was supposed to be before Kenobi. Then it was supposed to be that, because Bad Batch wasn't even a thing. Bad Batch wasn't even a part of the lineup. Remember, that wasn't even a part of it. That just literally like kind of
sprung on us. They're like, here
right,
it is.
Literally. They were just like, hey, we have Bad Batch. And I think the reason why they ended up coming out with that series, again, more to the cosplay community, but also too because they needed something to kind of be a filler for those. It's fucked up to say, but it's the truth. I don't want to be messed up, but it's the truth.
It's easier to do animation, especially during quarantine.
Right. Right. So what they had talked about is that they're going to release Kenobi at the end of this year. That will probably lead into next year, and then you get Ahsoka right after. Probably I would say springtime. I'd give it. They'll take some time off because this year is going to be back to back to back. You have after this, you have Bad Batch, which we just said before. Star Wars Insider announced that already, which was leaked. Then you have after that, sometime in the summertime, you have Andor. Then you take some time off, then bam, you have Kenobi right then and there.
Yeah, and it makes sense because we have a lot of Marvel content coming out in the fall, and we're also having Lord of the Rings come out in the fall, and they don't want all that to compete with each other.
Yeah.
Who owns Lord of the Rings? Disney?
No.
It's an Amazon show right now.
Yeah, Amazon. It's its own thing, but Amazon show is having it. And also, it makes sense to put it at the end of the year. That way, Obi-Wan doesn't compete for... all their other shows for a reward season. It will be in the 2023 award season.
Not
so
bad.
right now, we have Book of Boba Fett that's going to be in the 2022 season, and Andor. Is that right? Is there anything else?
Yeah.
Just those two.
Well, I know they would. I don't know if you guys remember. I mean, this isn't a Star Wars thing, but this is Lucasfilm taking over. I don't know if you guys remember Willow. That was a part of the thing they were talking. Yeah, people forgot about that.
Yeah, Lucasfilm. They didn't take over. Yeah, that didn't take over. They started.
It's a Ron Howard project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Willow was Ron Howard. We were talking about him earlier.
I'm not sure if it is this year, but I think it might be either this year or next. Yeah. I don't know if it got put in the back burner, but I know that was the talk for a little bit for Willow. Willow's still on because I know
it aired on. They talked about it on Disney Plus Day.
Right. Yeah.
They put a little trailer like jokey thing with Warwick Davis going around interviewing the cast. It was a really fun clip.
Yeah. No, and I think too, if I'm not mistaken, you know how like they give like the people that work for Lucasfilm or whatever or Disney, they give them like merch, and it had like the whole lineup of like things that are to come, and Willow was a part of it still, and Bad Batch as well. So it might be a project that's kind of like, you know, that we don't know about, that they throw at us, like kind of like, you know, if like right after Andor, maybe that's something that comes out quickly. It's a few episodes, you know, possibly.
That would be a summertime show for sure.
Yeah, it could be possibly. Let me ask you, Dan. What do you think about that? I know that came out when? That's a thing that came out back in the 80s, right?
Willow, yeah, I want to say it came out in like 87 or 88, maybe even earlier. I grew up watching it. I remember watching it as a little kid. I loved it. I actually watched it probably about 6 months ago, and I was like, "This is great." I remember all of this stuff. It's like a weird kind of medieval timesy, you know, witches and sorcery and
stuff,
fairies kind of stuff. Yeah, it's a fun movie. It's very much 80s feeling. Yeah. But I'm stoked for the show. I think the show is going to be cool.
Yeah, and the fact that that's, if I'm not mistaken, too, that's Lucasfilm's first project other than like doing a Star Wars like type of Star Wars movie. If I'm not mistaken.
His first one was
we had American Graffiti.
Yes, thank you.
Well, no, I'm saying like
Lucasfilm though, like the company Lucasfilm.
Right, Lucasfilm, the company.
It might have been.
Yeah, like George. I mean, he did other things apart from that, but I'm saying like overall under Lucasfilm's like resume, that would be the first thing that they've done other than just Star Wars. So that's actually pretty cool, and I find that interesting.
When did Indiana Jones come out?
80s. 80s, but I don't know if that's
84. Yeah,
is that?
Oh, that's Temple. Sorry, let me look up Raiders of the Lost Ark because I know Lucasfilm had their hand in that.
Star Wars workshop here says, would you be mad if we never got another Star Wars movie? I thought about it last night. Honestly, I'm enjoying these shows way more than a new movie that takes 3 to 4 years to make. Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I'll throw it at you, Jasmine. Me?
Sorry, I had to think about it for a second.
No, you're good.
I don't know. I mean, I think you're right. I think it's more exciting having the shows than the movies, because at least with the shows, like, they mess up a little bit. They can get more of the fan reaction, kind of fix it later. There's a lot more possibilities that they could go with in depth versus having to figure out, okay, we have to focus all our time in 2 hours on one subject. So I don't think I'd actually be mad if there was another movie, as long as we keep getting good shows. I wouldn't be so upset. But if we keep getting the quality of shows that were the sequels, then I'd be like, just give me a stupid movie at this point.
Yeah. What about you, Mariah? What do you think?
Sorry, I had to turn off my phone. So I had a telemarketer call me. It's like 10 o'clock at night. I was like, why are they still calling? But I would be okay with just going with the shows. It'd be kind of sad not seeing the movies anymore, but if I could get a movie like Rogue One again, where it doesn't have to tie into, like, I don't know, Rogue One, that was just an amazing movie. So it's kind of hard to think that I wouldn't get a movie like that again. It kind of...
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I think I would like, if I could get a movie, if it's just as good as a quality as Rogue One, yes. Yeah, with that.
Not bad. What about you, Dan?
I need movies.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was waiting.
I am such a big theater goer. Like, we go to the movies probably 2 or 3 times a month.
Yeah.
I love the theatrical experience. Sitting there in a big dark room, popcorn, all of it, the whole thing. Like, that's a family tradition. Like, my kid is a film student now because of how often we go to the movies. You know, like, we sit down at dinner and all we talk about is movies all the time. I need Star Wars movies. Like, the shows, I'm loving the shows, but to me, Star Wars has always been that big event theatrical experience, going and seeing it 3 or 4 times the weekend it comes out in a theater, doing the whole thing. Yeah, I would be mad if there were no movies, as much as I do love the shows.
Yeah, I agree. And I think too, it's like, just waiting online, seeing people cosplay, bringing lightsabers to the movie theater.
Yeah, people dressing
And it's-
up and like
and it's just so cool when you're waiting for something and like a big something big happens. Everybody's like, oh no way, what the hell?
you have like a big event, big night to look forward to.
Yeah.
I have to agree with you, Dan, because I love going to the movies. We've saved every single movie ticket that we go see, and
Even the tin can. The popcorn can, they've been doing it with Star Wars, where it's like if you buy it, it's like it has like the movie on it, so it's pretty cool.
I love that, and because for me, if someone said, you're not going to get any more Marvel films, I would cry, because I was like, I would cry because I love going to that.
It's a bit much. Oof.
Yeah, it would be a lot. So that's why I'm like a little turned, because I do love this quality.
Oh, the shows are great.
Oh, the shows, yes, I do.
But that theatrical experience, that to me has always been Star Wars.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's like think about it. I mean, did everybody here see No Way Home? I don't want to like spoil it. Did we all see it?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so it's like, could you imagine getting Andrew Garfield and being at home? Like, I saw it in the movie theater and I thought it was like the best. Everybody was like, oh, no way.
The crowd,
and it's
everyone's people are cheering and
like
it's a community experience.
Exactly. And it's like, it's cool because then it's like, for example, like every time I go to a movie and it's like something like Star Wars or like, Marvel, like somebody next to me, I'm just like whoever, I'm like, can you believe that? And they're like, no, we can't. So it's like I'm at home.
People like snickering and laughing, getting happy over the little Easter eggs they saw, and you can hear them getting excited over it.
And then
in my theater, whenever Andrew Garfield show up, someone yelled in the back, "Go do it again!"
Dude, like, and it's just a cool experience, and especially like like after the movie ends, like for example, like I'm sure we all waited after No Way Home. You got to see Doctor Strange, right? The trailer for it. I was like literally talking to random people at like 4 a.m. because I got like a late o'clock, like a 2 o'clock like ticket, and I was just talking to random people about it, like how excited they were to hear it. And I think that's what makes, theaters so exciting. Like for me, I've always went with my father, when I was a kid. We always went like, always went every Friday or Saturday to the movie theaters. Like that was a tradition. Went to the local movie theater by us. And it was just, that's to me what it is. Like I can't, as much as I love watching it on TV, I'd rather be at, out eating popcorn.
We always went Thursday for like fandom movies. You go Thursday night, like whenever the first showing is. You stand in line. I would like, especially with Marvel, I would always do my bounds or have my shirt that correlates with that show. And I did it even with Star Wars. Whatever I wore had to relate to the movies. Had my lightsabers and just being there at the midnight. I just remember Force Awakens and just standing in line. Like they had rows, like had us in like cattle. I felt like cattle.
Yeah, waiting to like
the in there.
Yeah,
but had to be the first thing. I saw the first showing of every fandom movie up until I can't remember which one. Oh, this not last one. I didn't actually watch the first one because the COVID restrictions in our theater. So I saw it like maybe the second showing or second or third showing, but I saw it on the premiere night.
Okay, not bad. Yeah. I mean, it's just like like you said, Force Awakens. My gosh, like I think about it, I'm like, wow, what hype that was when that came out. I'm like, I remember.
I was so hyped for that movie, and I had the worst day at work.
Oh no!
I came home, and I had people like coming over. We were gonna hang out and party first, and then go to the theater right behind where I lived. And partied a little too hard and was a little too tired, and I didn't make it off Jakku before I fell asleep.
Oh my gosh!
On the premiere night, and I had like.
I
my
had to find
girlfriend woke me up towards the end. She's like, "You missed the whole movie." I'm like, "Oh my god, I've been waiting months for this." Luckily, we had tickets to see it multiple times that weekend. But
good.
All my friends are like,
I have
"What'd you
to
think?
find
What'd
the
you think?"
I have to find the photo, but I went there with a stormtrooper helmet on,
That's so funny.
and I
That
don't know
was
how. I don't know how they let me in because they let me in with a stormtrooper helmet, and the guy next to me was like, "They let you in with that?" And he goes, "That's a little scary." And I was like, "You know what? You're right." But I'm still sitting here with it.
I remember for The Force Awakens, one of my friends helped me put together a Rey costume, and we just went off of the references. And I remember I was half in costume at one of my final exams, with my hair and most of the outfit on. This was in Pennsylvania, so it was really cold. So I had to leave my jacket over. And then as soon as I park in the theater, I put on the rest of the costume and I rush in.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I'm
that's
going
so
in
funny.
costume. I have to.
Yeah, I mean, wow. Yeah, that movie was, man. I remember I went to that. Everybody was just like, the line was huge, man. Oh my gosh. It was like literally up to outside. I still remember. I just remember seeing, like, you know what's funny? I still remember, I don't know if you guys went to see it. Like, for my dad, he's a big Star Wars fan. That's how I got into this. I remember we went to see Phantom Menace when it first came. Oh my gosh. That was just like insane. Like, I've never seen something like that. To me, took the cake of what it is now. Like, is nothing compared to that.
Yeah, well, back then you had to wait to buy tickets. You couldn't buy tickets online.
Right.
You had to wait
right.
in line to buy tickets.
Yep.
And then you had to wait in line to get a seat. Now, like, at least here, all the theaters we go to, you pick your seat when you buy the ticket.
Well,
Yeah, that's how it is here.
It wasn't that long ago because Force Awakens was the same way. You had to go there for that to go get the tickets.
That's right.
Yeah.
You did have to go.
Yeah, I
you
think they
had
to pick your
released on
seat.
like a Monday night football thing, and you had to go to
Yeah,
the theater.
and we ran down to our local theater to get that, and we had to do that with most of the Marvel movies. It wasn't up until like just a few years ago we could pick our seats, and some theaters you still you can't pick your seats, but just depends on which one you go to. But
I mean I like it like that now. I mean, I do, because it's
nice.
like you don't have to be.
But I do miss the waiting in line. With
yeah, it's true. I mean, there's nothing like that that experience of waiting and like, oh, I'm gonna sit there. Hopefully nobody freaking sits there, and then you're like so pissed when they do sit there and like, no. Oh man, Star Wars where it says here. Well, let me go back here. Boba Fett says here, bro, the NWH.
No Way Home.
No Way Home. Okay, there we go. Yeah, see, I don't know the references. Was an easy bet. I can't honestly.
Experiences.
Yeah. One of the best experience. Yeah, no, that's awesome. I mean, that was a really good one. I mean, I have to say, I'm a big Marvel fan too, and just seeing that movie was, I mean, I'm sure we all can attest. Seeing Andrew Garfield, I think, to me, was like nicer to see. I don't know, and we all grew up with Tobey Maguire, but I don't know, it was just weird. Like, Andrew Garfield just hits different.
It was definitely it did hit different because it felt real, I guess. I don't know.
I think his Spider-Man, I was watching the other day, his version. The Amazing Spider-Man. I don't know, just something about it just hits so much different than like the Tobey Maguire ones, and even Tom Holland. Like, they're good. Don't get me wrong, they're great. But like Andrew Garfield's, I don't know, just hits me different. I guess it's because it's like, and everybody can relate to his story a little bit more. I guess it has more feeling. I guess.
Yeah.
I can see that.
What
it is, it's because he's a phenomenal actor. That's really what it is. His acting is like, in comparison to all the other Spider-Mans, like Tom Holland and Tobey Maguire, he's like the best actor.
Yeah.
I think that's really what it is too, because he really, especially like his emotional scenes.
Yeah.
His acting is just.
Star Wars Wear Workshop says here, a year ago I would say Star Wars movies forever, but the new shows look just as good as a movie. I love the tradition of a new movie coming out. I'm ready, excited to see Obi-Wan as a show versus a movie. I agree.
I agree.
We got something here.
Oh, it's because Star Wars Workshop it's got Kurt. He actually made this. He sent this to me. It's like a data pad.
That's so cool.
That's awesome.
Really,
Star Wars
really cool
Workshop,
things.
you're the man.
His name's Kurt. He makes really, really cool stuff. And he also makes like harnesses for the droids. And they're like with this kind of paracord. So you can wear the droid around when you like go to the parks or whatever.
I love that.
I love it.
I love
Such
that.
a cool shot. If you guys are watching and don't know about Star Wars Workshop yet, there's a free plug for him. Go check him out. He's amazing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is he on Instagram?
He is on Instagram, at Star Wars Workshop, I'm pretty sure. And then he has an Etsy shop under the same name. So really cool stuff.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna
I
give
want
him
to
a follow
have that
now.
data. Yeah, that data pad. Like,
Oh, it's so
just-
cool, and he
just
can
a
do
wa-
different stuff too because he uses like a. This is actually a map of Galaxy's Edge.
no, shut up.
No
Oh,
way.
yeah.
Yeah, I have it backwards, but it's a map of Galaxy's. Oh no, Siri, be quiet. Yeah, it's a map of Galaxy's
Oh
Edge.
yeah. Not. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I'm looking
They
at his
put my name
Instagram.
on it.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's so
yeah, really cool stuff.
Wow.
Mhm.
That
I've
is
always
so.
wanted something like that for my Leia costume.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking too for my cosplays.
Yeah, we have here everybody.
Yeah,
Mad Max saying, I remember having to wait in line for the OT and prequels. Wow, I got some OT fans.
See, I
got some
didn't
OT.
get to see the prequels in.
Oh, I
theater.
saw them. I remember.
So Force of the yeah, that was my first one. Even though I was old enough, I just wasn't a Star Wars fan then.
Yeah. We
Ah.
waited in line probably like
Yeah.
3 or 4 hours for Revenge of the Sith. I remember we got our tickets like 2 weeks early. We waited in line for that, and we got like and then we knew we had to get there early to get good seats. So we had to line up out. Yeah, oh yeah.
There he
there's
is, right there.
definitely-
Shout out to
Ooh.
Star Wars Workshop right
I'm
there.
actually
Awesome
kinda looking-
Instagram. I'm literally
Yeah.
checking it out now. So cool.
Give
So
him a
many
follow.
cool
He's got some really cool stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
that's
looking at
actually what I'm doing too.
that's actually really nice. I don't know if you guys can see it. That's really
Ooh.
cool.
And he has like some little greeblies you can put on masks to make them look more Star Warsy.
Yeah.
Is
no,
it
this
Star Wars underscore?
It's Star
Workshop?
Wares. It's
Star
Wares,
Wares, yeah, Star Wars.
Yeah,
So there you go.
WARES.
Look, that's what you have, Dan, right there.
Yeah. It's a data pad.
That's so cool, man. So
Really
so
This is
cool.
I need to put a new
nice.
battery in this one, but they do light up.
That is so sick.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. That's
Yep.
so cool.
And he's part of
Sick.
the droid builder group that I have, the Mubo's Droid Builders Club. So
That
Yes,
is so
Steven.
cool. Yeah, yeah. Can you talk about that a little, if you don't mind?
Sure.
Shout that out.
So
Yeah, go
you
for it,
see
bro.
I've got a bunch of. Let me see if
Quick
I've got
second.
so many credits here on my desk. I gotta move them over. But so at Galaxy's Edge at the Droid Depot, they sell these droids. They're $100. They're remote control. And we decided, a bunch of us, that hey, we wanted to paint them and customize them and make them look a little bit cooler than they do, because for $100 they look like plastic and it's kind of whatever. But if you get them and you weather them or you paint them and customize them, they tend to look a lot better. So I started a Facebook group called Mubo's Droid Builder Club, and we kind of all show off our different customizations. You can see it's kind of all weathered and looking dirty and whatnot. And I've got one more. It's my most recent one that I did. It's a BB unit, but I kind of painted blaster marks all over him. Put the Batu Bounty Hunt logo and stuff. There's Hondo's Rank Gang or Rancor Gang, whatever it is. And just, we just take these droids that look
I love that.
a little plain and kind of make them cool looking.
That's so cool,
Yeah,
man. Sick.
Mubo's DBC Droid Builder Club.
That's so cool. That is super, super cool. Man, that is. I'm inspired, man.
Oh,
I'm inspired.
you know what? I love this with the bottle holder.
Definitely follow
Oh,
me.
because
for the Galaxy's Edge? Yeah.
yes,
Oh, let me
'cause
let me put you big
had,
one. Right, hold on. Let me.
I had such a hard time with my drinks.
Maybe because you were a little too drank. Maybe that's
This is
why.
Coke. This is a Coke.
I'm messing
Coca-Cola.
with you, sis. I'm messing with you.
Right.
Yeah. And he also does like Kyber crystal necklaces. That he'll,
Oh,
like, you
what?
can put
I've
your
been
gal-
down to get. Oh,
yeah,
I didn't know
you can do
that.
your like Kyber crystal and wear them or put them on a keychain or whatever. He's got some really cool stuff.
Oh, dude, I've been looking for copper. Yeah, I think you had posted. Oh, yeah, here we go. Oh, this is so cool.
Yeah.
For whoever's watching, you guys could check it out and go check him out.
Ooh.
There you go. That's really cool.
Okay, I'm done shopping.
I
Time to
saw
put the
this
checkbook
for-
away.
Yes,
this
I
is
know.
This
It
is in
lights up.
Spanish, but that's pretty. Like
Oh,
the
that's
Death
pretty
Star
cool. Hold
plan,
on,
I would
isn't that
love
cool?
to.
Yeah,
I'd love to
and you
have
can
that
do
with my
different-
Leia costume.
He can put different stuff on that screen. So
Girl, I
That's
put you
my
big so
face.
you could show it. No, because so
Ah,
you
give me
could
a
show
second.
it.
Hold on, I lost it.
Oh my
Get my
gosh.
face off there. Give me a second.
Oh.
Give me a second.
The light. All right, Miss Vampira. All right.
Híjole. All right. Okay. Now you can zoom in.
Okay. Yes. Now I will. Solo layout. Go ahead.
Okay, there we go.
There you go. That's really cool.
That would be really pretty. Leia cosplayers out there. How cool would that be? You pretend to be in a briefing room. Just hold that up.
Or giving the
That's-
plans.
What was the
Like
face,
putting-
Jasmine? You got to do it again.
I don't know what face did I make.
I don't know. You were just like,
Go blow this up.
Go
Oh
blow
my
this up.
god, that's so funny. Star Wars Workshop says here, thanks everyone. I'm a big Star Wars fan and I love listening to these discussions while I work on orders. I'll be following your channel. I love the discussion here. Oh, thank you so much, man. We appreciate it. This is a team effort, so it's not just me. It's everybody here that puts in the work too as well. I gotta
Look at the next comment.
don't waste wedding ring money on my shop. I know who he's talking to.
Listen.
I think it was earlier. It was Star Wars that made a comment about Disney can't keep changing things because it's getting harder to explain it to their dad. I feel you on that. Like, I have to try to explain this to my parents.
Yes.
So my mom has to explain it in English. My dad, I have to explain it in Spanish. He's still convinced that Dobby and Yoda are the same creature. So I feel you trying to explain stuff.
This comment right here, yes. I think they have to be careful doing the World Between Worlds. I'm already having tough time explaining to my dad the time. It's true. It really is. Like, I think for my father, like, I've tried to school him on it. I mean, I think the last thing he watched was the prequels, and he just is like, I don't like, honestly, like, my father, I've asked him, I'll be like, Dad, did you actually see the sequels? He'll be like, yeah, son, yes, I have. And I really don't think he did, because I just don't think he cares.
That's funny, because my mom is the same way. My mom grew up with the OTs. My mom is she's a 70s kid. Yeah, she's born 70s. And she loved the OTs, but she saw the prequels and she's like, she didn't like them. She hated them. She's like, this is dumb. She was like, okay, this is over. But my brother and me obviously got into my sister, but she supports us. She knows that we like them and everything, but she has no idea about she can care less about it. She just kind of like, okay. Okay. And I get into but she supports us. She gets us all of our Star Wars stuff. She knows who Ahsoka is, but she doesn't know like Ahsoka's story. She just knows that I like Ahsoka. And she knows Bryce is a big prequel fan. He likes Darth Maul, but she does not know the story behind it. But she does know the OTs. She knows exactly who this is. I was like, oh, Mom, Book of Boba Fett shows that. And she was like, Boba Fett? She was like, he's dead. Like,
yeah, that's what my dad says too. Like,
I was like,
okay. He says that too. Quick question. I'm gonna throw rapid fire. If you could dress up as only one character forever, which one would it be? Comment in the comment section. So as we're going, just make sure you answer that one. If you could dress up as only one character forever, which one would it be? Somebody messaged me that, and they told me to ask that question. So that's my question for everybody in the chat.
I like that question.
Yes. If I could dress up as anybody, it would be Arkin. That's a Star Wars Legends character. Arkin. Yeah, I want Legends.
Let us know who it is. I don't know who that is.
Oh, awesome character. Kind of he has like a similar story, kind of like Anakin. Well, he ends up killing his brother, which is kind of like
okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Then go rapid fire. I'll ask Mariah.
Resistance pilot.
Okay.
I love my Resistance pilot outfit.
Okay.
I can wear that everywhere.
Mariah, go.
Probably Padme.
Okay. Oh, Leia. Okay, cool. All right. If I had to do a canon character, it would be Anakin, obviously. I mean, I love Anakin.
Yeah.
Revenge of the Sith Anakin, shall I say. That one.
Yeah, if I had to pick a specific character, I'd probably say Lando.
Okay, cool. Lando. Awesome.
A New Hope Leia, because I absolutely love dressing as her, or our Trooper 5s.
Okay. Not bad.
I like Padme because like every scene she has a new outfit. So every time
you get variety.
Right, exactly.
That is true. So remember,
every scene new outfit.
Literally. So remember, Mad Max here 408 says if I had to be anyone, basically it would be Luke. But which Luke would you do? Would you do the Mandalorian Luke now that we have that? Return of the Jedi? Would it be Empire Strikes Back, or would it be A New Hope?
All of them, right? You get all of them because I got all of Padme's. I get all of Padme. Do I not get all of Padme's?
No, you only gotta pick one. You have to. It's a forever
one
outfit.
Specific Padme.
Yeah, one specific one. Yeah, it has to be that. That's why I said Revenge of the Sith Anakin. I would do if I had to choose. Empire Luke. Okay, not bad. Okay, not bad. I like that one. But yeah, going back to
I'll get to episode 2 Padme because at least she has a blanket, like the one that she goes to.
Oh my gosh! Seriously, she has a blanket. Oh my!
The white outfit, yeah.
The white outfit. That that one. I love that outfit.
Yeah,
that to
but
me
she
is
has a scarf, but it's pretty much like a blanket, so I get cold. So
with Yoda on my back.
Hell yeah.
love that.
That's funny. Oh man, yeah. But going back to that, yeah, it's kind of hard to sit there and explain the new stuff to like I guess our parents. Like my dad just can't get into it. Like I think I've tried to even like I think my mother more kind of could get into it, but my father's just like he's 58 kid born in 58. It's harder. He's just like it's too
fair.
much for me.
My mom will watch the stuff. She doesn't really get it, but bless her, she's like, "Oh, I saw the episode. What'd you think?" And I'll talk to her about it. I could just see she's like, "What the hell is my child talking about?" She's like, "I thought that was cool," and I'm like, "A for effort."
But the thing is, though, my mom is more into. My mom will do that for Marvel, though. My mom understands all of Marvel, but she just can't get the Star Wars. I don't know.
That
why.
sounds exactly like my mom. Like she
Yeah.
saw the movies. I think she saw episode 5 and 6 when they came out in theaters. I don't think she got a chance to see 4.
Okay.
She was never a Star Wars fan. She's a little bit like me. She's like, "Oh, it's a new movie. I don't even know what's going on. I want to go see it."
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I ended up seeing the prequels because I didn't know what the hell Star Wars was as a kid. She's like, "You want to go see this?" And I was like, "Yeah, okay." I was little. I was like, "Whatever." I was like, "Oh, it's so cool." I think she got me a few toys. My dad, I don't know. He watches it, but I don't think he'll ever get it. I don't know if it's a language barrier or not. All he knows is if it says Star Wars, he's like, "Look, I got you a Star Wars toy." He has no idea who it is, what the hell it is. He's like, in Spanish, it's like, "Mira, te compré Star Wars." And I'm like,
Te compré Star Wars.
Yeah, my dad doesn't understand Star Wars either, but he was born in. I feel like my dad was born in the 6th. I don't even know how old my dad is.
At some point.
Yeah, at some point, but he obviously is older than my mom, but just didn't care about I think he saw the first one and he's like, "This is not my thing." Didn't care about it and didn't watch it. But he's watched Marvel though. He actually took me to go see Captain America. That was like the first Marvel movie I actually saw in theater, which was Captain America.
Yeah. Yeah. That's funny. So we see here, we have some people here that actually said, we have Star Wars Workshop says a Y-Wing pilot. They were always my favorite, not sure why. Well, they're pretty cool. My parents took me to see A New Hope in 1977. Wow, 1977. I was not even a thought. I was nowhere near a thought. And since then, she's been a huge fan. I grew up a Star Wars and Marvel fan because of my parents. That's awesome. Yep. Same here. I mean, my dad's more of a DC guy. My mom is more of a Marvel. My mom has always been Spider-Man. So
my mom was born in 74. So
my mom is 68. So yeah. Binksy says Jar Jar forever. Costume would definitely start off some people.
I love that.
Okay.
Yeah, it has to be the one where he with his tongue out though, just like that image there. That would be funny. Oh man, we Latino gang aquí. Definitely Latinos.
It's ha ha ha.
Oh, okay.
Why would you say that? What, Rob? Why would you say that?
What, me? What, you coming at me?
Ja.
What are you talking about?
Okay, you know what? I'm not even gonna get into this. Like, I was 4 in 77. Ha ha ha. I was 4 in 77.
Oh my god.
Orale Latinos. There we go. Latino gang. Hey.
What's up?
Oh man, that's so awesome. Latinos. Wow, Latinos are getting love.
Everywhere.
What kind of need that?
He said ja.
Rob, back in my day, we knew how to pronounce the J.
Back in my day, Robert, we knew how to say that stuff. We knew how to say ja. Oh my god, it's laughing in Espanol. Mariah's like, we knew that? Did you? She's like,
yes, I knew it.
She's like, I took Spanish 101 in college.
No, I lived in Puerto Rico, but I know that.
Did you hear Mariah in Puerto Rico? I lived in Puerto Rico.
I did.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Funny. Man. Oh guys, this was a fun stream. This was really fun. I had such a good time. I think we could call it a night. It's it's getting kind of late.
I need a nap.
Yeah, I need to go to bed. I gotta do a video too. I gotta do a video for tomorrow.
Speaking of Latinos, my boyfriend's actually bringing tacos home, so I'm like, I'm gonna get
Wait,
off.
but it's not Taco Tuesday. That's it's not real. It's not fair. It's not Taco Tuesday. But
It's taco every day.
It's
that is
tacos
true.
every day at this house.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Well, before we do sign off, I want to give everybody their fair share of time to say where they are, where to find them, what they have coming up, and I'll throw it to Dan.
Sure. You can find me on the Dano channel here on YouTube, Instagram, Dano Flores, and yeah, I cover a lot of Star Wars stuff. If you're interested at all in Galaxy's Edge and the Galactic Star Cruiser, my channel's the place to be. So yeah, I love being here. Thanks for bringing me on again, and I'm sure we'll talk next week.
Yes,
Right, you're probably gonna come onto my stream.
Yeah,
before you do
yeah.
yours. We'll chat. It'll be great.
Yeah, I'll be on yours.
Looking
Yeah,
forward to
because
it.
and it was funny because it's so funny when I went on yours, you put me on so quick, and I had just woken up, and I was like, "Oh shoot!" I'm like, "I'm really here right now." It was funny,
That's
but
funny.
thank you, man. Thank you. I always appreciate it, dude. Always appreciate it.
Hey, what's up? It's Jasmine, aka Sexy2 from the Sexy Wookiee Squadron. You can find us on. God damn it, this is why I want Megan here. I'm not good at this. Okay, so my
You can
squad
find us on
message-
Tumblr, Instagram, YouTube,
Tumblr, Instagram, YouTube,
Twitter,
TikTok.
even.
TikTok.
I
Yeah,
think I don't know how to work Twitter. I think Megan does it.
Megan runs everything.
Megan, I don't know how to function without her. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh my
Sexy
God.
One, I need you back. I can't function without you. But yeah, we are the Sexy Wookiee Squadron
No, we're
on
not.
all social medias.
Oh, that is awesome. Thank you, Jasmine. Of course, I mean, your family here as well. So thank you. I just want to read this one. Mad Max, I just found your channel last night, but I'm going to be here for now on. The watch party was so fun last night. And this was too. Thank you so much.
Aw.
We try our best. We really, really do, as always. So thank you. Many blessings your way. Go ahead, girl.
Hi, my name is Mariah Carly with 2 Y's at the end. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, a little bit of Twitter. Only tweet about Star Wars though, so
Tweet.
that's fun. Tweet. And I am a cosplayer and a model, so you can find if you're into Marvel, Star Wars, a little bit of Disney. Oh my gosh, sorry, I just realized I smudged all my mascara.
What? You did? I didn't even notice.
It looked like
We
I got a
can't
smoky
tell.
eye. It's okay.
Honestly, we didn't. Yeah, honestly,
I
until
thought
you
it
said
was
it.
smoky. I was like, oh, that's pretty. I
No,
like
it's because
it.
I've been rubbing it.
Oh.
It's fine. But yes, you can find me there, and that's it.
And again, congratulations on I think you're at 4 million views now, right?
Six
million.
Wow.
Congratulations
Yes,
on
6
TikTok. Yes.
Yes.
So you are up
And
there.
as Dolores from Encanto. Who knew?
Encanto. Y'all
wow.
laughed at me. Laugh at her. She just said Encanto. It's Encanto.
Encanto. Sorry, Encanto.
Ajo.
Sorry. I'll say it
Carajo.
right.
Oh
Sorry.
my God, girl, you look fine. You look
I can't believe
fine.
I did say that. Those did sound like a Valley girl. I
Oh my
apologize.
Oh my God.
It's
You guys are funny. I want to really thank everybody in the chat. You guys have been super, super awesome. I want to thank Dan. I want to thank Mariah. I want to thank Jasmine because this was like a last second thing. I hit each and every one of you guys up. I was like, you know what? Like, let's ride the wave. Like, we had such a good time last night. I was telling Dan that. I was telling the girls that on our chat. And again, I'm super grateful. Thank you, everybody who tuned in today to watch this one. Go check out Dan next week. He will be live streaming also as well for the Book of Boba Fett. So will we also here. So make sure you have 2 devices to stream on as we are doing it. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. You guys are the MVPs. You guys are gems. Again, hit that subscribe, like, and notification bell so you're always in the know. And I have a new video coming out tomorrow, guys. Peace.
Peace. May the force be with you.